Greetings, mathematicians. Well, we're still in our geometry introduction unit, and we have been talking about angles. And this lesson is also going to describe different pairs of angles. All right, let's get going. All right, I thought I liked the cheerleader one, that one. You might have guessed that one anyway. All right, so get this. So grab your notes and we're going to fill in here. Now, the nice thing is I have all the definitions, I have all the pictures. All you have to do is fill in just a few blanks here. All right, first one is complementary angles. So complementary angles are two angles whose measures have a sum of, let me get a marker here, 90 degrees. Now you're going to notice over in the figure that these two angles share a common vertex. It has a little box in the corner which indicates 90 degrees. So because of that, we know that 1 and 2 together would equal 90 degrees. Now we also know from this picture that angle A and angle B would be complementary angles because 20 plus 70 equals 90. All right, the next one we're going to go over is supplementary angles. So supplementary angles, pretty similar to complementary. The only difference is the measure is going to have a sum of 180 degrees. Now, if we look at this first figure, angle 3 and angle 4, you can see forms a straight line. So if it does not specifically give you the angle, then we can assume that it's a straight line, and for angle 4 plus that angle 3 would equal 180 degrees. Now these two would go together, angle C, angle D. If we take 115 degrees plus 65, that also would give us 180 degrees. All right, the next one is adjacent angles. All right, so the word adjacent means beside each other. So adjacent angles are two angles that share a common, you can see that over here, side and a common vertex. So unlike these two angles or these two angles, these are adjacent. They're right next to each other. These are adjacent. Angle 5 and 6 would also be adjacent. Okay, so they share that same ray. Next, we have linear pairs. Linear pairs are two adjacent angles when their non-common sides are opposite rays. Okay, so what it means by that, so non-common, non-common. So those would still be rays. This would be the vertex, okay, and they have one common side. So a linear pair, you can see it makes a straight angle. And a straight angle, straight line there, would give you 180 degrees. And we know that from above too. Supplementary means 180 degrees. All right, now our last definition, vertical angles. Vertical angles are two angles when their sides form two pairs of opposite rays. Now, vertical angles are also congruent. So just a reminder there, congruent means that they have the same angle degree. So if we look at this picture, these are two lines that are intersecting. This would be our vertex in the middle. Two lines always intersect in a point. So opposite angles here, 3 and 6, those are called vertical angles, and those would be equal to each other. Angles 4 and 5 are opposite each other. And again, those would end up having the same degree. So let's just put a degree there. Let's just end up putting that this is 60 degrees. So that means angle 6 would be 60 degrees. And so we know that angle 3 and 4, that makes a linear pair. Okay, they're adjacent. 3 and 4 form this straight line. So I have to take 180 minus 60. That gives me 120. Now, because 4 and 5 are called vertical angles, I would know that angle 5 is also 120 degrees. All right, so I know it's a lot of definitions that we've been covering since switching over to geometry this semester, but go ahead and get this glued in your notes, and this will be a good reference for how complementaries, what they equal, what supplementary angles equal, what are adjacent, okay? And then your linear pair forms that straight line, and then we know that vertical angles are opposite each other.